With diverse flora and fauna, magnificent natural landscapes, and an ecological biosphere that supports life, this wondrous planet is our earthly home. From our animal co-inhabitants to the lush rainforests and life-giving soil, we cherish all these as gifts from the Creator. It is a common theme in the world's major faiths that during our temporary stay here, we should be good stewards of Mother Earth. Throughout the years, Supreme Master Ching Hai has shared the message of leading a balanced life while following a spiritual path. Not only must we nourish our spirits, but we share the responsibility to care for nature and our fellow beings. In light of recent scientific evidence which pinpoint the raising of livestock as the #1 contributor to climate change, Supreme Master Ching Hai affirms the important message she has noted for the past 2 decades. We must be vegan and practice sustainable living. We invite you to listen to a compilation of excerpts from Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures entitled A Benevolent Lifestyle Benefits the Planet.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit www.godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Okay, now you ask me why we have to give spiritual points, for example, to have peace in Israel and Palestine. You will ask me, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I will tell you why, sir. Just like a poor person, he needs money. And in order for him to stand on his feet again, the government give him some support, or the neighbors give him some money until he gain back his strength to work or his financial stability. Either he will repay you or not repay you. It doesn't matter. So people who are into war, they're in depleted status, situation of spiritual point, spiritual merit. Either because they have to take care of their country and decide to go into war for some reason and losing their store of spiritual point. Or either they are in the critical time of shortage of spiritual point, just like we are in the critical time of shortage of water, or sometimes we're short of money. Okay, so the one who has more must give so that he can change the pattern of his karmic structure. Yes, the karmic structure, the karmic pattern, meaning that whatever you have done in other lifetime before you come here, or in this lifetime, will determine your actions and continue further in the same route. If they fall into a certain karmic pattern, then just stuck there, cannot get out. You see? So they need spiritual fuel power in order to get out of that situation, of the structure of the karmic fixed pattern that they are trapped into. You see what I mean? Just like we give money to some people in time of need. The people who are into war are to be pitied, to be prayed for, not to be condemned and criticized. We have to help them, we have to pray for them, not just by words of mouth, but by our spiritual strength and our spiritual merit. We must share with the whole world. And in order to share, we must have first.
Understood. Thank you.
Yes, the peace size of Afghanistan and Israel cost zillions of spiritual points to ease. And I call upon all humanity to wake up. Please wake up. Please live the way you are intended to live. You are the children of God. You are the future, the children of the Buddha. We must live befittingly as the royal members. Please be veg. That's earn you merit enough to help the whole world and to restore peace on the planet. If you are virtuous, everything will become virtuous.
Muy honrado en saludarla. Maestra, cuando nos volvemos más y más espirituales y comprendemos que todos los seres son hijos de Dios, podemos comunicarnos con ellos. Algunas almas son lo suficientemente afortunadas para comunicarse con los animales y las plantas. Podemos también comunicarnos con las fuerzas de la naturaleza. Y si es así, ¿cómo podemos desarrollar esa habilidad de hablar con el agua, la tierra, el viento, el fuego, etcétera? También podemos hablar con los tornados y huracanes y poder detenerlos. Podemos también hablarles a las almas de los consumidores de carne en un nivel espiritual y pedirles que cambien.
Good question. Buena pregunta. Yes. You are right, Señor. We can communicate with other beings through developing our spiritual connection with the universe. The elements of nature are not lifeless, inert things. Many of the forms in nature are manifestations of great divine consciousness, such as the mountain, the seas, the rivers, the planets, the sun, the stars, etc. They are animating love and benevolent quality to benefit other creatures on this planet. We can talk with them and hear them speak to us if our level of consciousness is developed enough. Actually, we are all connected with every being in the universe. So everything we do, say, and think affects the atmosphere and those around us. We already are talking through the vibration that we send out every day, the positive or negative energy that we emit. Because we are also made of vibrations and energy. A very simple example is that we know our mind affects our body's health. If we think too many negative thoughts or have an angry or worrying attitude, we get headaches, high blood pressure, sometimes pain in the neck, we say, yes, and ulcers in the stomach. Now, some scientists have discovered that our mind can also influence others' physical health as well. Imagine that. So, for example, there are many studies on hospital patients with heart disease, on AIDS, etc. Some people were asked to pray for a group of these hospital patients without the patient knowing. And researchers call it healing intentions. And the health of the patients who were prayed for improved much more than the group of patients who were not prayed for. All the studies found this effect also on plants and biochemicals in test tubes. They physically responded differently to people's thoughts. That's why the Buddhist teachings say to keep pure thoughts, speech, and actions. That's why Jesus Christ said, "Do not judge, so that you may not be judged. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you." Because our intention alone provokes a reaction. As you suggested, it would be nice to talk to the souls of meat eaters and ask them to change. However, as pure as the human soul is, it has been covered by too much dust, that is, our habits and misinformation that we collected over our lifetime, or over many lifetimes actually, if we can see back to the past lives. In fact, under some special circumstances or hypnotism, people can see their past lives as well and prove it. On top of that, we eat meat, a heavy, violent, suffering-filled substance that has blocked our ability to communicate with each other telepathically, with each other even, from human to human. That is why we still need to provide physical information and use spoken words and written language for people to process the truth. People mostly are good people. It's just that they are too busy to even stop and think about where their food comes from and how it affects them and their planet. Much less think about how the meat producing process is endangering their lives and their only planet. So we can pray inside that the people will change. But it is also important for us to translate our noble intention into tangible actions, to change people's minds and their hearts. As for talking with tornadoes and hurricanes, we must understand that such natural disasters are the consequence of the negative energy in our atmosphere. And this negative energy in our atmosphere is created by our feelings, our thoughts, and actions of either hatred, violence, and of killing so many humans and innocent animal lives. Even if we managed to talk to one of them and to stop one storm, how can we stop the next and the next? If we don't change our disaster-breeding, provoking way, then disaster will never end. I'm also in tears whenever there is a natural disaster anywhere in the world. My heart aches for the suffering of the people. I feel what they feel, and I'm very, very much saddened. But we can only stop the disaster once and for all by tackling the root problem. That is, by stopping the killing of human and mass murdering of innocent animal lives. Only when we walk in peace and love on this earth will the earth and nature respond peacefully to us. As we sow, so shall we reap. That's what it said in the Bible. Only when we are compassionate and vegan, meaning we don't harm any other creature, can we be protected from harm. If we protect others, we'll be protected. And as more of us become vegan, the spiritual consciousness of humankind can be elevated higher. The doors of communicating with the other beings of nature might be open at that time, as you would like. But first, let's continue striving to touch people's hearts and minds to change to a vegan lifestyle and to love the precious animals and our respected planet. Then the changes in our world could happen in more surprising speed than you think. Muchas gracias, Señor Torres Valares. God bless you for being a vegan.
Vegetarianism and religion.
The Baha'i Faith. Regarding the eating of animal flesh and abstinence therefrom, know thou of a certainty that in the beginning of creation God determined the food of every living being, and to eat contrary to that determination is not approved. Selections from the Baha'i writings on some aspects of health and healing. Buddhism. All meats eaten by living beings are of their own relatives. Lankavatara Sutra. Also, after the birth of the baby, care must be exercised not to kill any animal in order to feed the mother with meaty delicacies, and not to assemble many relatives to drink liquor or to eat meat, because at the difficult time of birth there are innumerable evil demons, monsters and goblins who want to consume the smelly blood. By ignorantly and adversely resorting to the killing of animals for consumption, they bring down curses upon themselves, which are detrimental to both the mother and the baby. Kshitigarbha Sutra, Chapter 8. Be careful during the days immediately after someone's death, not killing or destroying, or creating evil karma by worshipping or offering sacrifice to demons and deities, because such killing and slaughtering committed, or such worship performed, or such sacrifice offered, would not have even an iota of force to benefit the dead, but would entwine even more sinful karma into previous karma, making it even deeper and more serious, thus delay his rebirth to a good state. Karma means retribution. Kshitigarbha Sutra, Chapter 7.
Gaudai, the most important thing is to stop killing, because animals also have souls and understand like humans. If we kill and eat them, then we owe them a blood debt. Teachings of the Saints.
Christianity, meats for the belly, and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Holy Bible.
And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. Holy Bible.
Confucianism. All men have a mind which cannot bear to see the sufferings of others. The superior man, having seen the animals alive, cannot bear to see them die. Having heard their dying cries, he cannot bear to eat their flesh. Mencius. Essenes. I am come to end the sacrifices and feasts of blood, and if ye cease not offering and eating of flesh and blood, the wrath of God shall not cease from you. Gospel of the Holy 12.
Hinduism.
Since you cannot bring killed animals back to life, you are responsible for killing them. Therefore, you are going to hell. There is no way for your deliverance. Adalila.
He who desires to augment his own flesh by eating the flesh of other creatures lives in misery in whatever species he may take his birth. Mahabharata anew.
Islam. Allah will not give mercy to anyone except those who give mercy to other creatures. Hadith.
Do not allow your stomachs to become graveyards of animals. Hadith.
Jainism. A true monk should not accept such food and drink as has been specially prepared for him involving the slaughter of living beings. Sutrakatanga.
Judaism. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. Holy Bible. Blood meaning flesh.
Sikhism. Those mortals who consume marijuana, flesh, and wine, no matter what pilgrimages, fasts, and rituals they follow, they will all go to hell. Guru Granth Sahib.
Taoism. Do not go into the mountain to catch birds and nets, nor to the water to poison fishes and minnows. Do not butcher the ox that plows your field, tract of the quiet way.
Tibetan Buddhism. The offering to the deities of meat obtained by killing animate beings is like offering a mother the flesh of her own child, and this is a grievous failure. The supreme path of discipleship.
Zoroastrianism. Those plants I, Ahura Mazda, or God, rain down upon the earth to bring food to the faithful and fodder to the beneficent cow. Avesta.
Everybody knows that vegetarian diet is good for health and to save the planet. They will be awakening their own great, compassionate, loving self-nature, and then their level of consciousness will rise up automatically, and they will understand more than they ever did, and they'll be closer to heaven than what they are right now.
We appreciate your happy company for today's episode of Between Master and Disciples. Join us again next Friday for part 4 of A Benevolent Lifestyle Benefits the Planet. Up next is Animal World, Our Co-Inhabitants, right after noteworthy news here on Supreme Master Television. Please stay tuned. May you be guided by wisdom and kindness in your everyday life.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit www.godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centres near you.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/BMD.